With Pokken Tournament set to release in spring of 2016, we can all assume that many more updates and features will be announced in the future. Poke fans can only speculate on who else could join the elite roster. So with that being said, here are 8 Pokemon that should be in Pokken Tournament. Number 8. Sock and/or Throw. Now the reason I put these two together is because they are so similar. Sock could use close combat as its burst attack, and Throw could use superpower. All in all, it would give these Pokemon a time to shine in this game. Number 7. Ninetales. Ah, Ninetales, everyone's favorite fox Pokemon with the same amount of tails as its name. In my opinion, Ninetales doesn't get the love it deserves, especially with the addition of the Delphox family from Gen 6. I think making Ninetales a fighter would be a great way to bring a veteran back from the original generation. Its burst attack could be Flamethrower. Number 6. Poliwrath. Same as with Ninetales, Poliwrath isn't heard from much these days. I think adding him into the game would resurrect him, and besides, look at him. He's a pissed off frog looking to beat the living daylights out of anyone who gets in his way. Making him a fighter would give him a chance to do just that. His burst attack could be Seismitoss. Number 5. Feraligatr. Now I could easily have replaced this Pokemon with Swampert, but with the recent releases of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and Swampert getting a Mega Evolution, I think he's doing just fine at the moment. Feraligatr would fill a gap in the roster in 2 different ways. The first being that there is a Gen 1 starter and a Gen 3 starter, so it only makes sense to add a Gen 2 starter. The second gap to be filled would be the lack of water fighters. Suicune is the only water Pokemon on the roster, so adding this beast could add another. The burst attack I would give Feraligatr is Hydro Pump. Number 4. Hoopa Unbound. With the recent movie Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, it is safe to say that the hype is real with this Pokemon. So what better way to keep the train rolling than adding it into the game? I chose Hoopa's Unbound form because its confined form is a bit too small to compete with the bigger members on the roster. Now I know Pikachu is small, and I know it's on the roster twice, but Pikachu's in literally everything, so we have to let it slide. Hoopa's burst attack would be Hyperspace Fury. Number 3. Articuno. Now I know this may not be a popular pick, but I think Articuno would be a great addition to the roster. Now the majority of the roster will stand on 2 legs with the exception of Suicune and the Electric Rat Gang. Articuno could show off a different fighting style, which would be flying. Now you wouldn't be able to fly the whole time because that would be kind of cheap, but in the end it's an interesting fight style and strategy. Articuno could use Blizzard as its burst attack. Number 2. Dragonite. Dragonite is easily one of the best Pokemon from Gen 1, but can be overshadowed by its fire-breathing brethren, Charizard. Having a chance to let Dragonite and Charizard duke it out in a battle to see just who's the best would be a great idea. Dragonite's burst attack would be Dragon Rage. Now before I go on to number 1, here are 3 Pokemon I feel could work, but didn't quite make the list. Mewtwo, Kangaskhan, and Gyarados. Mewtwo and Kangaskhan I had already talked about in a past episode, so I didn't want to give them a spot twice. And Gyarados because its serpent-like body would be difficult to fight with. Number 1. Gallade. Now I know what you may be thinking, why do we need Gallade when we already have Gardevoir? Well, Ralts is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 3, so having both of its final evolutions is something I would really enjoy. Just the thought of slicing up the competition sounds like a blast to me. The burst attack I would give Gallade is him Mega Evolving and then using Psycho Cut. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video in the top number series that I have started. Now what that means is that I'm going to take a topic, and pretty much what the topic is depends on how many entries there will be. This one was only 8 because it was originally only going to be a top 8 series, but I changed my mind. So expect more of these in the future. This one was first because 1, the game was just recently announced to come out in spring, and I wanted to make it for a 100 subscriber special, so thank you guys so much for those 100 subs, and I'll make another video discussing that as well. But leave any criticism you have, whether it's you tell me it's horrible, tell me you like it, tell me anything, so I know to make it better, because I'm okay with you guys telling me it's stupid. But thank you guys again. My name is Cam Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.